So I finally got internet up again today. I've been about 10, 11 days without having actual internet, been using mobile hotspot. Yesterday I had to go pick up my dad from the hospital. I just had eye surgery. I didn't record anything like that, but I did had AT&T guy come yesterday. He didn't finish yesterday. Had a different guy come today. Just finished about an hour ago, but um back in 2016, when my anxiety was so bad that I picked up social anxiety. Social anxiety is where you can't be around people. You can't even be around people that you never seen. You can't even be around family that you don't really see too often. But when I had direct TV guy came to the house to upgrade our equipment, I couldn't even be around him. So for me to be talking to both AT&T guys, one yesterday and one today, helping them out when they needed me to check if the computer working fine and everything. I was able to communicate with them, talk to them on the phone, things like that. When I had DirecTV guy come in 2 years ago, I was a nervous wreck. I couldn't even really answer the questions, and I was shaking and nervous and stuff like that. Do I see a improvement on myself? Yes, I do. Am I 100% better? No, but I would say if I had to give a percentage, I would say about 80%. I'm driving, I'm going into stores, I'm driving on the freeway, I'm leaving my house every day. Talking to people like I used to. No social anxiety. Um, no, not really not feeling depressed. Nothing like that. I'm able to go sit in my living room. Sit outside, wait for my room to eat. Go to my backyard. Talk to the mailman. I've been talking to neighbors. Neighbors I never met. Things like that. So I'm doing the things I used to do before I have a panic disorder. But like I said, yesterday I didn't feel anything because I picked up my dad from the hospital. That's all I did yesterday, and at the AT&T guy yesterday and today. But today I had to go somewhere, and I feel myself driving. It was driving on the freeway and things like that. But other than that, I'm trying to go places I haven't been to for a long time. I've been going out to different places, places that I haven't been to a few years, things like that. Still looking for a job. Looking for a job is one thing, getting an interview is one thing, and getting the actual job is one thing. But I'm happy where I'm going with my recovery. Like I say, you know, recovery is gonna have its up and down, but as long as you're trying to get over your anxiety or whatever it is, as long as there's ups, it's gonna out the downs. And you can't let anyone try to bring you down. Someone say, "Oh, you've been doing so good, but you can do better." Just remember, you're doing what you can do. You don't want to overdo it, because when you overdo it, and then one day you start feeling that you couldn't do what you wanted to do or whatever, and then you're just gonna turn desperate. Someone say, "Oh, you left the house for 10 minutes." What a big deal. If you haven't left your house for a couple of weeks, couple of months, couple of years, and 10 minutes might not seem a lot to a person that doesn't have a panic attack or housebound. But with you, including myself, when I finally left my house for 5 minutes, that 5 minutes felt like I was gone for an hour. And my family said, they didn't say, "Oh, only 5 minutes." They asked me how was it. I said it was scary. It felt terrible, but I needed to do it, and I knew I was okay. It's just that my mind can tell me that there was something that's gonna happen. It's because the more you avoid, the more your brain learns that you want to avoid the things that you're scared of. So your brain just picks up what you're telling it that you're scared of. But other than that, I'm finally having internet. But still doing the things I'm trying to do to get better each day. Sure, there's days I only go for like 10-minute walk, 15 minutes walk, 20 minutes walk. But those going for a drive, going on the freeway, being stuck in traffic. You know, when I first drove again after not driving for so long, when I went to pick up my daughter from school, just 3-4 blocks away, every time I got stuck at the red light, I would feel trapped. Every time I see too much traffic, I would feel trapped, and I was less than 5 minutes away. So for me to go driving around downtown, driving on the freeway with this traffic and whatnot, and not panicking, not thinking about panicking, not having an upset stomach, uh, anything like that, is I see a huge improvement. You know, am I 100% better? No, but am I better? Yes, and that's the good thing. You know, you realize that you start getting better. It might take you some time to realize you're getting better, because you know, if you start walking around your neighborhood, you go for 1 block, and a couple of weeks later, you go for another block, another block, another block. You're gonna look back, you're gonna be like, "Oh my God, I've been leaving my house. I've been going farther each time." But when you're doing it that day, you might not realize that. You might say, "Oh, 1 block." You might say to yourself, "Oh, that's all I can do." But you're gonna say, after after a couple of weeks, you keep going farther and farther, and then you're gonna look back and say, "Oh my God, I've been going farther each time." But anyways, that's pretty much it, and I'm just gonna throw some clips of the the past few days minus yesterday, since I didn't really film anything. But yeah, that's it.